Hi, I hope all is well with you and you're staying safe. In a few days, if Mashiach doesn't come, we'll be experiencing another Tisha B'Av, which is the climax of our mourning over the Beis HaMikdash that began 3 weeks ago. Chazal teach us, Kol mis'abel al Yerushalayim, zoche v'roa b'simchasa, v'she'eno mis'abel al Yerushalayim, eno roa b'simchasa. All those who mourn over Yerushalayim will merit to see her rebuilt in all her glory. And those who don't mourn Yerushalayim, unfortunately, will not merit to see her rebuilt. If you think about it, these words really are quite frightening, since most of us, unfortunately, are unable to properly mourn over the Churban Beis HaMikdash. And perhaps it's not our fault because we've never experienced the Beis HaMikdash and we don't really appreciate what we're missing. Nevertheless, the Ribono Shel Olam never gives us a mitzvah that we can't perform properly. And if there is a mitzvah to mourn over Yerushalayim, we have to find a way how we are able to relate to this very, very important, meaningful mitzvah. And I saw a wonderful approach by Rabbi Zev Smith, who points out that the Medrash says that in the time of Mashiach, Mirza Hashem, davening will be very different. We'll no longer say the bracha of Rafa'enu, a bracha asking the Ribono Shel Olam to heal the sick, because that will not be a problem. We won't continue to say the bracha of Baruch Aleinu, we're asking the Ribono Shel Olam for Parnasa, because again, that will not be an issue. As it says, as David HaMelech wrote, Oz yimole schok pinu ulashanenu rina. And then our mouths will be full of happiness and our tongues of song. That is the way it's supposed to be. We are supposed to be happy. The world is supposed to be a place of only joy. And as we know, that's not the case now. And that's all a manifestation of the Churban Beis HaMikdash, of the destruction of the Beis HaMikdash, and the fact that we don't have the Beis HaMikdash, and we don't have the Shekhinah living amongst us the way the Shekhinah was living amongst us during the time of the Beis HaMikdash. And that is something for us to focus on. We see unfortunate unhappiness, sadness, difficulties all around us. Health problems, so many people who are ill, so many people, unfortunately, who lost their lives over the last number of years, disproportionately because of the terrible, terrible, dreaded machala of COVID that plagued the world. People have parnasa problems. People have shalom bayis problems, shidduchim problems. I don't want to enumerate all the problems, because that in itself is very depressing. But we all know that these are problems that exist amongst us. And they're all a reflection of the Churban Beis HaMikdash. If one has a problem davening, even though they want to daven, but they have a problem concentrating, it's because we're distant from the Shekhinah, a manifestation of Churban Beis HaMikdash. We have to take the time and focus and understand that all the difficulties that we have, the Ribono Shel Olam created a world, and the world was meant to be a place of pure happiness with no sadness. And Mirza Hashem, if we are zoche to have Mashiach come, we will see a world that is totally different. Even though we are not able to appreciate the glory of the Beis HaMikdash, and if we learned about the Beis HaMikdash, we'd appreciate the glory. Chazal teach us in Pirkei Avos that there were 10 nisim, open miracles, that we saw in the Beis HaMikdash almost on a daily basis, open miracles. When was the last time you saw a miracle? There are miracles all the time, but we don't see them, certainly not open miracles. So this Tisha B'Av, and as we lead up to Tisha B'Av, let us focus on those things that we can relate to that are manifested in the Churban. to realize and to appreciate that all of the difficulties that exist today exist for only one reason. We don't have a Beis HaMikdash. And Mitzvah Hashem, if we try our best, as difficult as it might be, and show the Ribono Shel Olam that we want him to bring Mashiach to give us the third Beis HaMikdash, to have the Shina once again dwell amongst us the way it did during the time of the Beis HaMikdash, then Mitzvah Hashem will be Zoche, B'mher v'yameinu, to the coming of Mashiach in our time. And I would like to conclude by just mentioning a couple of halachos regarding this particular Tisha B'Av that is technically on Shabbos, but we commemorate it on Sunday. We have a regular Shabbos, and we're allowed to eat, but only until Shkia, only until sunset. The fast begins at Shkia, even though Shabbos is not over until Tzeitzei Kochavim, so that we stop eating, wash out our mouths, etc., before Shkia, before sunset. We do not change our clothing, we do not change our shoes until Shabbos is totally over. At that point in time, we change our clothes, we change our shoes. The mitzvah of Havdalah, we say on Sunday night, not on Motzei Shabbos. The only bracha of Havdalah that we do recite on Motzei Shabbos is the bracha over the candle, Borei Mohorei Eish. And then on Sunday night, we say Havdalah beginning with the Borei Pri Hagafen. We don't say the bracha over B'samim at all, and the long bracha of Hamavdil Ben Kodesh L'chol. Mitzvah Hashem, if we focus, if we understand what we're missing and understand what our lives will be like in Mitzvah Hashem in the time of Mashiach, then Mashiach should come b'mher v'yameinu. Have a meaningful Shabbos and have a meaningful Tisha B'Av. Kol Tov.